issues. She jumped in as a distributor. Together they built a business in traditional methods of network marketing. How many people have built their business with traditional methods? Okay, versus like digital? We don't even know. We're just building it. We're going to talk a little bit about that today. And reached the executive ranks. Jason then decided to enroll his own position 4 years later and built it using both traditional methods as well as social media. Jason has been an entrepreneur all of his life. When he was introduced to this amazing company, he was the owner of a website development company, an herbalist, as well as worked as a subcontractor for a tax attorney's office. Jason has 4 beautiful children. One just graduated from high school, his oldest. The youngest 2 have never known their dad to work a job outside of home.
Wow.
They love to travel and even took an almost year-long road trip all across the U.S., seeing the sights and teaching the children as they homeschool. Jason and his family currently live in Atlanta, Georgia. And here we are in Audubon, Pennsylvania with Jason.
All right, well, I'm excited to be here. Hope you're excited to be here.
Yes.
I've heard this was Audubon, and I thought, man, I can go fast here. That's not the case. There are lots of cops everywhere.
That is
So
hilarious.
my rental car was a little Nissan, so it wasn't going fast even if I wanted to go fast, but it's all right. It's good to be here. I'm excited. I actually like this area of the country a lot. I like coming up here. I've been up here many times. Ironically, when I first started actually traveling for LifeVantage, you know my very first trip ever to LifeVantage was? Right here in Philly.
Wow.
So this brings back good memories. So, anyway, if you're a guest here today, you may have absolutely no clue why you're here. You will. Sit tight. But I'm excited to be here and good to have everyone here. And I was told that I have 10 hours. So, all right, we'll see how that's not good. There are snacks. Like I saw that too. Like that is a spread. So you got Axio, you got snacks. What else do you need, right? So let me tell you a little bit about my story. You heard just a little glimpse into it. And let me tell you how I got in LifeVantage. And it really did start a lot with my wife. My wife basically had health issues since she was a senior in high school. And truthfully, probably even before that. But she didn't really understand everything that was going on until she was a senior in high school. And then basically she felt like she had the flu 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Wow.
She just never felt good. Constantly achy, weak, sick, tired. Been diagnosed with all kinds of different things. And the last person, frankly, that we went to basically just said, well, we don't know what it is, so we're just going to label you as autoimmune. And that was their final, thing. And so we tried a lot of things. I'm telling you, we spent literally tens of thousands of dollars helping her to feel a little bit better. And the truth of the matter is, nothing really helped her feel really that much better at all. And through our process, and by the way, we did both the pharmaceutical route, we did the nutraceutical route. So much so, as you kind of heard a little bit in my bio, I actually became a certified herbalist in Colorado. That's where I'm originally from. I've only lived in Atlanta for about 6 years. And a large part of that was because I was trying to find something, well, my goal was to help a company in Colorado design products and make products. And during that time, I thought, well, maybe I can figure something else out, maybe to help my wife out. It was during that time, which I was there for about 3.5 years as an herbalist. It was at that time that somebody basically who we didn't know introduced us to LifeVantage. And it was in December of 2010. Now, as an herbalist, I actually consulted for people virtually every single day. I actually also helped design products. So I created products, I consulted with products with all kinds of different things. And here's one thing I know. I know that a lot of the nutraceutical products that are out there, nutraceutical being natural supplements, a lot of the natural supplements that are out there, when they're designed, the company who created them was the one who did all the science. They did all the research, and they paid for it all themselves too. And to be fair, the company that I was a part of as a subcontractor, guess who did all the research? We did. okay? And even if we had outside sources to do the research, we still had to pay them. So in all reality, there was some bias about that. I had every single day, legitimately, Monday through Friday, people calling me up, ask for consultations, but then they also wanted to tell me about their latest magic juju berry. And all kinds of stuff that they had. And I can honestly say I have seen a lot of stuff. I mean, a lot of stuff. And we tried a lot of stuff, honestly, for my wife, because obviously you don't want those who you love to be sick, right? And so we spent literally tens of thousands of dollars, so much so that we actually started going to debt because, as you know, natural product world is out of pocket. We actually accumulated around 6 figures of debt because we're just trying to figure different things out. Which you're saying, well, that's stupid. Well, yeah, but I love the person I was trying to help, right? So was it worth it? Yeah, it was worth it. Did we find the results that we were looking for in those 6 figures of debt? No, but I would go to another 6 figures of debt if I had to, right? When LifeVantage came into our life, to be very honest with you, the person who introduced LifeVantage to us did a really terrible job. Really, really honest with you. They did a pretty terrible job. And a large part of it was maybe my pride and ego was a little bit there just because of my classification, so to speak. And I heard everything under the sun, so at that point in time, it was just easy, like, yeah, I've heard all this stuff before, and I just tuned them out, and like, yeah, whatever, okay? But for some odd reason, my wife, a week or so later, she's like, hey, you know, I really want to learn a little bit more about that LifeVantage thing. And I'll be honest, my ego got really like offended, like, who are you to talk to me about this when I'm a certified herbalist and you are not? But as a good husband, I said, yes, well, let's go take a look at it. And I swallowed my pride. Actually, I didn't take a look at it. I said, if you want to go take a look at it, go take a look at it. And so she actually went, we lived in northern Denver area that time. She actually drove all the way down to Colorado Springs, which is about 2 hours from my house. And she sat in a meeting literally similar to the same size, same whole thing. And this was just as a full disclosure, this was before text messaging was illegal in cars, okay? Just full disclosure. In case there's a police officer in here. All right, but on the way home, she called me up. She said, I want to try this. I'm like, what in the world? Like, what did she see that I didn't see? And I'm like, you know, again, my pride and ego got a little bit in the way. Like, I'm a certified herbalist. She's not that she's not smart, because she is. Like, she's super smart. Okay, she was president's list all through college. Like, she's smart. But like, this is like what I'm certified in, you know. So again, irritated, ego, all that kind of stuff. Long story short, she said, you know what? There was this ABC Primetime investigative report that was done on this product that they showed me. It was awesome. I was like, what? I said, so you're telling me there's this national investigative television show that spotlighted a natural product, and you're telling me it was actually positive? Because you understand, in my line, in the nutraceutical industry, no natural product on earth ever gets positive reviews, okay? And so, especially from some national television show. So, when I heard that, I was like, all right, you gotta text me that link, because I'm gonna be watching that. So you text that to me right now. Again, before texting was illegal, okay? So she did. And guys, I watched that ABC Primetime, and as a certified herbalist, I was absolutely floored to see what that ABC Primetime had to offer. Now, I want to give you a little bit of background, and then I want you to see it how I saw it. So we're actually going to watch that ABC Primetime this morning, okay? But I want you to see it how I saw it, but I want to give you a little background about that ABC Primetime. When the ABC Primetime came to our company, our products, or at least our original flagship product, was actually on the shelves of places such as Walgreens, CVS, GNC, et cetera, et cetera. It was actually in retail. The night that the ABC Primetime aired, our shares in the stock market were $1 a share. You're saying, that's not great. Yeah, I know, but listen, hold tight. That night, in off-hour trading, our shares, after that ABC Primetime aired, jumped up to $20 a share in one night.
Wow.
Now, if you know nothing about the stock market, I'm going to tell you something. That's incredible, like insane leap in the world of Wall Street, okay? So, I want you to see this ABC prime time, okay? Because not only did that ticker symbol go through the roof, but because of that, we actually had over 20+ universities and medical institutions globally that started researching our products. And here's the big thing: not only did they start researching our products, but they did it independently. You know, a couple minutes ago I said, in my company, who did all the research? I did. Who paid for all the research? I did, or the company, right? But we had over 20+ universities and medical institutions that came to our company and started studying our products independently. Maybe you've heard of some of them. I think this might be semi-close to you guys. Harvard University?
Yeah.
You guys have heard of Harvard before? Yeah, Harvard University, guys. They spent their own money researching our product. Florida State, Ohio State, Louisiana State, the American Heart Association, the National Institute of Aging, just to name a few. I won't keep going because I'll forget, okay? But long story short, that was pretty impressive to me. Like, not just pretty impressive, but like overly impressive. And my research in the world of both pharmaceutical and nutraceutical world, it is rare for you to find a product that even has one independent study, let alone 2 independent studies, let alone 3 independent studies. And right now as a company, we actually have over 30+ independent studies as a company. So you know what I like to say at this point? You don't have to take my word for it. You don't have to take LifeVantage's word for it. We encourage you, actually, you go do the research yourself. Because I think if you do the research yourself, you're going to find some pretty amazing things that are actually going to be truly amazing to you, no matter who you are. I think you're going to find exciting things. So what I want to do is I want to share with this ABC prime time. I want you to see it like we saw it, and then we're going to spend just a few minutes talking about the science. I know some of you are like, oh no, science. But then some of you are like, yeah, science. So I'm going to hopefully talk to both people in the room here, okay? And then we're also going to talk a little bit about LifeVantage as a business, because it is an incredible opportunity that we have. So we're going to watch the ABC Prime Time, and then we'll get back up here.
You want to get an edge on turning back the clock with just a few pills? Who doesn't? Well, it's no longer science fiction, but science possibility, a potential breakthrough. As I found out firsthand, there may be a way to erase years, at least inside my body. Granted, it's down the road, but some scientists are wondering if a new pill I took might offer a very long life. It may not look like the fountain of youth, but inside this nondescript building, I'm about to become part of an exciting experiment, a kind of guinea pig. Dr. McCord, okay. I'm here at the University of Colorado in Denver to meet Dr. Joe McCord, a world-renowned scientist. This is a pretty exciting stuff you found.
It is. We're very excited about it.
His latest research could very well unravel the mystery of aging itself. And his decades of experiments may have the potential of adding years to people's lives and possibly prevent chronic diseases like cancer, diabetes, and heart disease. It all centers around this small yellow pill, and for me, it begins with a blood test.
Connect with the other guy.
It wouldn't be the first time I've given blood for this company.
They want to check my levels of something called T-bars, which is a rough indicator of a person's actual age. T-bars can identify a condition known as oxidative stress, a kind of measure of the wear and tear on our bodies. Oxidative stress, like the rusting of an engine, is not a good thing.
Bad for the body,
Leading to disease.
leading to disease and leading to malfunction, and importantly, leading to what we call aging. It is a slow progression of increasing oxidative stress. That's the main characteristic biochemically of the aging process.
The problem of aging begins with the very food we eat to give us energy. As our cells burn that food, they also release toxic chemicals. Those chemicals, you may know them as free radicals, react with all the components of our cells, literally bombarding them millions of times per second, damaging all our cells. The result? Oxidative stress, and we all have it. The body fights back with a system of defenses. It makes 2 antioxidant enzymes, catalase and SOD, whose job is to gobble up the free radicals before they can harm our cells. But as we get older, some of those toxic radicals overwhelm our enzymes and wreak their havoc. For a long time, scientists thought that antioxidant vitamins like C and E would lower it, but they don't.
And it's turned out in just the last 5 years or so, we see that they're not good enough tools, they're not powerful enough.
But this pill, he says, is powerful enough. In fact, many times more powerful.
So Dr. Hoffman, do I take these?
And so, here I go. With that swallow, I've just become part of a potentially landmark scientific experiment.
Convince me.
It's called Protandim, and tests on both mice and humans have already shown that it revs up the manufacture of those good enzymes in our bodies. More enzymes, fewer free radicals to harm us. Whether that will lead to longer life is still unknown. Experiments to see if mice live longer are about to get underway, but it's a tantalizing theory.
Right now, all we know is that this preparation decreases oxidative stress. Oxidative stress is not a disease, just like aging is not in itself a disease, but it's something that accompanies and is attached to many disease processes.
Have you discovered the fountain of youth?
I wouldn't put it that way, but we may have discovered something that will tell us a lot more about how we age, what happens biochemically, and maybe how we control that. And so you can see the age-related.
Normally, oxidative stress measured by
How to do it?
It's deactivated.
Oh, it's left to sleep probably.
Looks like the TV is on.
Says the battery low.
Is
Is it plugged in? Was it plugged in?
Doesn't look like it.
What's that?
Okay.
All right, so I have this memorized. While we're waiting for this, are we gonna wait? Are we just like, no problem. Tell you what, if you're a guest here, you're gonna want to see the rest of that. Okay, so we're gonna just move forward. You know, technical difficulties happen all the time. It is what it is, right? So the scenario is that there's this little thing called oxidative stress. If you catch what it was on there, if you didn't, I'm going to give you kind of a layman's conversation piece behind it. It's the internal rusting of the body. Okay? And here's the thing. Y'all have it. That's what we say in Atlanta, y'all. Okay? That's something I had to pick up after I moved there. I'm like, who says that, baby? Okay. They say all y'all, you know what the difference between y'all and all y'all is?
increases with age.
What's
But
the
a
line?
doctor
I'll tell you
reports that taking just one pill of Protandim a day reversed that trend for everyone at every age, even for an 80-year-old.
They all are reduced to the level of oxidative stress that one would expect, frankly, in a newborn or a very young child.
Back to the oxidative stress levels of a child? It sounds too good to be true. Will Protandim work on me? But what about my progress? After nearly 2 weeks now, it's time to get my results. Dr. McCord calculates the numbers. The result, my level of oxidative stress has declined dramatically.
45%, that's excellent.
Just look at where I fall on the graph, before and after.
We could extrapolate it back is the level you would see in a newborn baby.
Have we turned back the clock? Well, maybe not on the outside, but deep inside within my cells. Yes, indeed.
Would you suggest I keep taking this supplement?
I would.
And so, ancient Eastern healing and modern Western medicine may soon be working together. High oxidative stress is associated with more than aging. It's been linked to hundreds of illnesses.
It's at the very center of many diseases: liver disease, diabetes, emphysema, asthma. I've studied all of these: strokes, heart attacks,
Even mental disease.
yes,
Depression?
Alzheimer's disease, depression. But we do know that oxidative stress is part of those disease processes. I don't want to wait until I'm 80 years old to find out that I should have taken it.
The company that makes Protandim says its tests show the pill, made from ingredients used for centuries, is absolutely safe. But because it's being sold as a nutritional supplement and not a drug, Protandim does not need FDA approval for safety. For more, go to our website at abcnews.com.
All right, so we saw that word oxidative stress, by the way, that between y'all and all y'all. Y'all is virtually like one person. All y'all, that's plural. It's all y'all, okay? I learned that. Something was confusing me there, but it's all right. So here's the thing. Oxidative stress, standard internal arrest in the body, that's responsible for like a plethora of health issues. And you can actually learn a lot about this whole thing called oxidative stress from a website called PubMed.gov. What is PubMed.gov? Well, it's the National Library of Medicine. It has nothing to do with LifeVantage. I encourage you to go there and just type in oxidative stress. It's free for you to use. There's over 330,000 articles just on oxidative stress. When I did that first research in December of 2010, there was only 25,000 studies.
Wow.
Okay? Why is it important? Well, because in the last 13 years, there's been a whole lot of research on oxidative stress. And the reason for that is because the entire healthcare industry is realizing how much impact that has had on all things health. And I've been doing this again for 13 and a half years. I have yet to find a health issue that does not have direct correlation to oxidative stress. You can actually look at that on PubMed.gov yourself. So, long story short, our products are what we call activators. They're not pharmaceutical drugs. They're technically not supplements, even though we kind of still categorize them in that. What we call them is activators. You're saying, what is an activator? Well, in layman's terms, again, an activator is something that allows the cells in your body to do what they're supposed to do. Okay? The older we get, that oxidative stress gets into our cells. Again, everybody has it. And causes a whole lot of chaos inside of our body, causing all kinds of different things. And again, everybody has it. So we're the only company in the world that can legally, that's a big word, legally say that we can reduce your oxidative stress by an average of 40% the first 30 days. And when I saw that little phrase, after I watched this ABC Primetime, as my wife was driving home, I called her up, I said, I don't know all about this yet. From what I saw on the ABC Primetime, not only do I want you to be on it, but I'm also going to be taking this too. And I can tell you for 13 and a half years, I've yet to miss a day of taking LifeVantage product. In fact, every single time LifeVantage introduces a new product, guess who uses it? Right here, okay? Now, how's my wife doing? Substantially better. Quality of life is substantially better. Where she used to have to take 2 to 4 hour naps every single day, just so that when I came home from the different things I was doing in the business world, so she could spend time with me, I can't remember the last time that she took a nap. Okay? I can't remember the last time that she said I had a bad day. Okay? Occasionally she still does. Okay? I don't wanna like say that, you know, everything's, I dare not say the word. But she still has some bad days. And it's usually about every 6 to 8 weeks for a few days at a time where she just doesn't feel very good. But you know, we're very, very, very thankful for her quality of life and excited to see all the improvements in the last 13 and a half years in her body. And guys, that was after spending literally tens of thousands of dollars trying to help her. We found something that had been validated over and over and over and over again by over 20 plus universities and medical institutions. And so it really comes down to activation. So you're saying, well, do you have health issues? Why did you take the product? Well, very simple, because I have oxidative stress. I'm actually a very healthy guy. I've always been that way. I try to take care of myself the majority of the way. Not to say I don't have a downfall, that being ice cream. And tacos. But listen, man, tacos, how can you go wrong with tacos? Like, those are healthy. Those are healthy, right? Come on. Those are healthy. They're healthy. I mean, salsa. What's wrong with salsa, guys? Tell me, is there anything wrong with salsa? Yeah, I mean, it's like it's fruits and vegetables. Come on. See, I know I'm not wrong. So anyway, so I have a couple problems, okay? That being what I eat. But ultimately, I'm a really healthy guy. So why did I start taking the product? Well, because I learned that I still have oxidative stress. And although I may not have health issues now, it's possible in 10 years or 15 years or 20 years that I do have a health problem that's going to be directly correlated to oxidative stress. So if I do have oxidative stress and this is the only thing on earth that can reduce it by 40%, then why in the world wouldn't I take this product?
Right.
Okay, this is the bottom line. And so I wanted to do everything that I could to keep my quality of life the best I possibly could. And since this is literally the only thing on earth that could say we could reduce oxidative stress by an average of 40%, it was a no-brainer for me. And that was from a person who has been deeply integrated in the industry. The National Institute of Aging has done an independent study on this. That in itself alone is an amazing concept, let alone all the other universities and medical institutions. So the key phrase, you're looking at all of our products here, and when we look at our products here, the key phrase that we like to be called, in fact, as a company, we call ourselves LifeVantage the Activation Company. We can literally activate your body from head to toe, which is really kind of a cool thing. So, as an example, oxidative stress is really parallel to the conversation of free radicals, right? You've heard those before. And so for the last 50 years, the healthcare industry says, hey, if you want to get rid of free radicals, what are you supposed to go take? Antioxidants. Well, the problem with antioxidants, they really don't do a whole lot, okay? And so what we've learned, and I'm going to ask, this is a trivia question for you. Would you rather go to the store and take antioxidants? They really don't do a whole lot. In fact, by the way, when you take supplements, 99% of that supplement, sorry to say, gets peed out. Okay? So, would you rather go take antioxidants, or would you rather have your body create its own antioxidants? Right? That's the key piece with all of this. What our products are doing is they're activating different pathways in your cells, and we've actually learned how to activate multiple different pathways, which is a really, really phenomenal thing. Again, we could be here for a few hours. I promise you we're not, because I'm just about done with the science side of things. But when you're looking at these, you're going to look at a lot of different things. You're going to see things for your eyes. You're going to see things for your skin, for your hair. You're going to look at things for your mitochondria. We even have stuff for your dog. Titanium. You know why we say a dog is, when a dog is 1 year old, they're 7 years older, right? And you know why we say that? It's because they actually have 7 times the amount of oxidative stress as humans do.
Wow.
So, can we reduce the oxidative stress of a dog by 40%? You betcha. And it's in a product called Petanum. The cool thing about Petanum is that it tastes like bacon. I wish they would make ours taste like bacon. That's the conversation, right? So, we have all kinds of different things. In the back, you heard Edna talk about Axio. You're saying, what is Axio? It's activation for your brain. Better overall mental clarity. Better all just mind concentration, just able to do things. Here's the thing, you know when you, 2, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, you're like, oh man, I'm tired. It's not a body tired, you know what it is? It's a mind tired. That's why we want to go take a nap. So what we have is we have clean energy through what we call NERV2 activation for your brain that allows that brain fog to reduce. So when we release that brain fog, it allows us to have a better mental energy, which is really what we're needing. So there's a whole lot of problems. One of my favorite new products is this liquid collagen. And for those of you who are like, oh, that's a beauty product, you're right, it is a beauty product. But it's not just a beauty product. See, that's only partial truth. The human body is made up of all kinds of things, but one of the things that's made up of is proteins. 30% of your body's proteins is collagen. And at the time you hit 20 years old, your collagen depletes, what we call the collagen density, depletes by 1 to 2% every single year. What does that look like? Well, it does show up on your skin. Your skin gets lighter, your skin gets thinner, you also start developing wrinkles, your hair might start thinning. There's all kinds of things that we see on the external. But the thing is, since your body's made up of 30% proteins of collagen, that means we're also having liver issues, gut issues, joint issues, heart issues, brain issues, et cetera, et cetera. You know, it's cool. Would you rather go to the store and take collagen, or would you rather have your body create its own collagen? And that's a cool thing. When we take this product, just this product alone, we can actually increase your collagen density by 42%.
Wow.
by allowing the body to create its own collagen peptides. If we take these two products, by the way, this product right here is the same product that we saw on the ABC Primetime, just in a new and cool bottle. Okay? You should have seen the original bottles. They were ugly. Let me just tell you that. We've updated. Okay? And so here's the deal. If you take both of these combined, we can actually increase your collagen density by 100%. Which is a pretty spectacular thing. I wish I could show you before and after pictures, and I'm sure there's even people in this room that can show you their before and after pictures, but I'm telling you something, it is astounding and amazing how much these people, their faces have changed. And so what we say is, if this is what it looks like on your outside, imagine what activation looks like on your insides. And if you want to see some of those pictures, I know I have a plethora of them, so I can show you them as well. But guys, this is the Conversations activation. This is what sets our company apart. This is why we have all these universities and medical institutions studying. This is why we have all these independent peer-reviewed studies. Oh, and did I say we also have a bunch of patents as well on our products? That's a good thing too. So the key conversation piece, when you look at all the things out there that are in this world for health, I'm going to tell you something, activation is a complete different conversation. Because we're allowing the body to do what it's supposed to do on a cellular level. That is a game changer in our industry, and that's why we're having all these universities and medical institutions study ours. That's why the stock market went through the roof the night after this ABC Primetime. Okay? So, I can talk a lot about that, but I'm running out of time with this part of it. So I'm gonna move on forward with a little bit about the business side of things. I love the business, and I'm gonna be very, 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 very honest with you. Okay, because I feel like honesty is always the best policy, okay? When my wife called me, I had not a clue this was network marketing. Not a clue. And full disclosure, I get pitched products every single day of my life. Like legitimately as a certified herbalist, I had people call me every single day. So it wasn't odd for me to hear products. They had nothing to do with anything specific. So when I found out, well, what happened is my wife got into products in December 2010. Her life drastically changed in a few weeks. Then my wife, in the very end of December 2010, said, hey, I think I want to do this business. I had not a clue what she was talking about, like not a clue. And I'm like, what is she talking about? She's like, I want to do the LifeVantage business thing. I'm like, I still don't know what she's talking about, right? So she said, hey, there is a business attached to it, and it's network marketing. And I'll be honest with you, I was like, what? Network marketing? And I was instantly angry, but instantly happy at the same time. Okay? Why was I angry? Because, I'll be honest with you, I thought I got duped. Okay? But, I know this is a massive, however, a massive but here, okay? I was ignorant. I didn't understand the industry. Okay? But I had some mentors who taught me the industry. I was instantly happy because not only did I see my wife have amazing results, but I also understand this little thing about this thing called leveraged income. And I was like, well, I kind of like leveraged income. If you don't understand what leveraged income is, let me just give you a quick definition. Leveraged income is a concept of where you work once, and if you do it right, you continually can get paid from that. I like that idea. Because I was sick of having to show up at the businesses that I own every single day, and if I wanted to make money, I had to keep showing up, right? So when I heard and learned about LifeVantage, I learned several key pieces. Number one, I've already mentioned it. It was publicly traded on the NASDAQ. So that helped me a lot because I could go in, look, how much money does the company have in the bank? How much money is the company making annually? How much money are they in debt? I could look at all those things because as a publicly traded company, this is a beautiful thing. There's a lot of transparency that has to legally be there. Because if not, they could get in serious trouble. So that kind of set my heart like, okay, I'll take another step into this whole world of LifeVantage, see what the business is about. Then I learned that I didn't have to carry any products for overhead. In other words, I'm not shipping products all across the globe. I don't ever have to do that type of stuff. Now, if you go to my house, I do have a lot of products in my house. But you know what? I also have 4 kids and a wife. And we take all of them every single day. And so you're going to see a lot of product in your house, but it's not because I ship it out. It's because I use it personally for myself. Because we love the products that much, and yes, you're saying, do you use all those? Yes. I do use all these, okay? Absolutely, and as soon as a new one comes up, I start using that right away, okay? I don't know how old you think I am. Some of you obviously already heard I have older kids, one just graduated. I'm not joking when I say this. In the last month and a half, this is no exaggeration, I've had 5 people in the last month and a half that thought I was in my early 30s. I'm like, dude, you go, okay? Like, I'm good with that, right? And so I know why. Like, it's not a question for me. I'm like, well, let me tell you a little bit about that, you know? But here's the thing, I don't carry any products. We get to do this 100% by this wonderful thing, technology, where people can go to our website, and it's something that the company gives you as you become a consultant, and you can sign up people virtually globally. We are literally in a bunch of different countries, okay? And on top of that, there's incredible mentorship as well. In fact, we have some really awesome mentors in this room alone who've been part of the company for a long time. We have, in my opinion, some of the most amazing mentorship I've ever seen in a company. And that's just part of the program. That's just who we are as a company. We want to make sure that you're successful, so we get involved with your life, okay? And we want to help you because I know you guys have dreams. Here's one thing I know about this company. Before this company, because we literally had 6 figures of debt because of my wife's health issues, I didn't dream anymore. I had nothing to dream about. I never thought I was going to get out of that 6-figure debt. I thought I was going to die and go to the grave and give my kids that debt. I mean, I legitimately thought that. I had no reason to think otherwise, because we were just going to be continually trying to figure out what was going to help her. So we decided to jump in this business looking at all these different pieces, okay? We learned about this wonderful thing called leveraged income. I'm actually going to, Ron, you mind handing those out? Is everybody here? I want to show you a little something. This is what we call our earning income statement. This is something that we actually published to NASDAQ. And these numbers are basically numbers that we as consultants in the company make, but on the leveraged income scale, okay? So I know some of you don't have the paper yet. I'm just going to briefly explain to you. On the left-hand side all the way over here is our ranks in the company, which we basically call consultant, all the way to presidential consultant. And that is how you rank advance in the company. That's how you grow in the company. The higher that you go in the company, the more that you earn in the company, basically. Now, when I jumped this company, I knew very little about this, of how to run this business. I knew very little, but what I did is I listened to my mentors, and my mentors taught me what to do. They said, Jason, all we want you to be is coachable and teachable, and put these things into action. If you're coachable and teachable and you put these things into action, you're going to see some pretty amazing things. So what I want to show you is that third column. I want you to see that very first word in the third column. It says monthly. Monthly. Okay, that's a big word. That means every single month. Second word, I guess the first word is actually average. Sorry. Average. In other words, this is not the superstar in our company. Okay? This is the average person in our company. And I've learned even the superstars in our company are still average people. Like, they're just average people, like the same way. We all put our pants on the same way. In fact, I'm going to tell you a very embarrassing thing. You ready?
Yep.
I realized that there are pictures on the internet of me right now of a Lifevantage speaking event where I wore this exact same shirt. And I didn't realize until I was on the airplane. I'm like, oh, that's so embarrassing. I hope nobody notices that. I'm human. Okay? I say that just to say it's like, I'm just a normal person. That's it. But these are average, monthly. And then the last thing is the majority of this money that you're seeing right here that these people are making is that leveraged income, which is a really, really awesome thing. We got cool bonuses. We got all kinds of things going on. But I want you to look at what we call, here, it's one of our beginning ranks. It's a senior consultant 3, okay? Senior consultant 3, $659 average dollars per month, okay? Per month. That's a pretty cool amount of money. And look what it says in the very, very far right side. It says the average time to make there is 6 months. 6 months. From the time they start to the time they hit that rank, is the average is 6 months. Now, are there people who do it longer than that? Yep. People do it even quicker than that? Yep. I can say there are people in this room that I know have done it quicker than that. Okay? I didn't know what I was doing. I made pretty close to that rank in my very first month. Okay, and I had not a clue what I was doing. Let's look down at the managing consultant 3. Guys, that's $7,500 a month. You know how much that is a year?
Yeah.
$90,000, which means that's $30,000 more than the average salary of a United States citizen. And if you look at the very far right side, it says 20 months from the time they jump in to the time they get there. Guys, I had not a clue what I was doing. I just listened to my mentors. We actually made that position in about 15 months without any network marketing experience. This is a real business with real people, which I really, really love. And we've helped so many people, and I know that in this room there's been people who've helped literally thousands of people. That's a big part of who we are. I realized a long time ago this is really what we like to call a people business. We love helping people dream again. I can say we dream a lot now, a whole lot more than we ever have. In my introduction, you heard a little bit about what we've done. A few years ago, we just decided like, hey, we've got nothing tying us down. Let's go buy a Class A RV, which is one of the big ones. Let's just go load our kids up. We call it road schooling. Because we homeschool.
Oh, I love
And we just left. We never asked anybody for permission. We just left. And we literally went all over the place, and yeah, we landed in Philly too. But we went all over the place, showing our kids all the history, and just we had some fun. None of my family, except for myself, ever went to Disney World. We ended up going to Disney World 6 different times that year. Like, okay, that's enough. Okay. But there's this really cool place there called Fort Wilderness. Do you know that Disney World has their own RV resort? Like, it's legit. Like, it really is legit. Like, you will never, yeah, it's legit. Okay. If you do RVing, if you go RVing, you'll never go to another RV resort. You're like, these are inferior RV resorts. Then you go to Disney World. But you know what, like I mentioned, my kids, my 2 youngest kids, my oldest kids really, they don't really remember me working outside the home either. My 2 youngest kids have never seen me work outside the home. A lot of times people ask me, well, Jason, what do you do? And I'm a little sarcastic occasionally. Maybe you picked up on that. But sometimes I say, well, I'm a stay-at-home dad with a stay-at-home wife. And they scratch their head and like, what? You're a stay-at-home dad? Well, who makes the money? That's a great question. Let's have a conversation, right? But let me just real quick, I'm gonna bring up this slide here as far as the consultant aspect of things. If you're interested in jumping into, I don't use Apple much, so I apologize for this. Anyways, if you're interested in the business, obviously all these products cost different things, like all of them. I'm not gonna go through all like 20 plus, like this one's $12, this is $40, we're not gonna do that, okay? They're different prices, okay? And there's cool little packages together too that we can like combine and give you like discounts and all kinds of cool things. But as far as the business is concerned, we basically have 2 different packs. We have the $250 pack, $350 pack, and the $1,000 pack. I'll be honest with you, I prefer this pack. Okay, I encourage you with this pack. And the reason why is because if you're gonna become a business owner, you get all those products. You're saying, what do we do with those products? You take them, that's what you do. You use them for you and your family. I can't tell you how many times I have people who come in that package, like, oh, I wish I had this product. I told you. You're gonna wanna be on all the products, I promise. You're gonna love what they do. This just has all the benefits. And here's the thing, as a business owner, I'm gonna put my mentor cap on just for a second. As a business owner, let's say I own a McDonald's franchise, which I would never on earth even think about it, but if I did, you would never catch me at Wendy's. That would be dumb business, wouldn't it be? Here's the thing, guys, I'm a business owner, I'm committed to this company, I'm committed to these products, I use them every single day. I love them, okay? And so that's one of the reasons why I really encourage that pack, is because you get the benefits of trying all the products at the very beginning, but there's also some other cool bells and whistles in that pack too as well. But if you're interested in being a consultant, if you're interested in being a customer, we'd love to have you as a customer, we'd love to have you as a consultant. And we're gonna take a little transition here for just a second. I'm gonna bring Edna back up here. We got some people that she's gonna introduce, and then are we gonna take a quick break after that, and then let them go to the bathroom, and then we'll come back in here. So, this.
So a lot of times you heard Jason's story, and in our business, it's all about storytelling. And everybody's got a different journey as we build this business, as many of us know. I'm going to call up Cynthia Greenewalt, who is an executive consultant who is from New York, but in Phoenixville, Pennsylvania. And she's going to lead the next part with some of the
Absolutely. I'll kick off with my story. Edna, thank you so much. First of all, who came from another state? Like we have some Delaware people, some Maryland people. got the New York folks. So really acknowledge the traveling, and then Georgia. Okay, so yes, I launched this business. It was 6 years ago I was introduced. About 5.5 years ago I started, and I was living in New York City, in Manhattan. And I had 3 companies. I had my training company, which was like group training sessions. I had a coaching business where I worked one-on-one with business owners and entrepreneurs. And then I had an events business with a partner. We were putting on events about every other month, about 150, 200 entrepreneurs, and we were starting to move into more cities. All 3 of those businesses required me constantly being there. There was no like, someone else did it, it was me and my partner. So I was working about 75 hours a week. So when one of my clients introduced me to LifeVantage, she didn't know that I had been in a top 10 network marketing rank when I was like 29 with a company that then went out of business because they were privately held, and I thought they were in good shape because they told us. And that's not enough. You can't tell when they're privately held. You think they're telling you the truth. So I remember saying, I will never do network marketing again unless it's publicly traded. The product is innovative, proprietary, or patented, means you can't buy it down the street because I'm not interested in a copycat product. Third, the company has to be a state in the innovation early stage, which meant under 250,000 distributors. That was my number, because if it was over 250,000, I could still build, but it meant my friends would have a harder time really riding a wave and being financially free. So I was looking for something that my friends could do it and be klutzy and still make it. That kind of was my goal. So that's what, ironically, my client shared with me. And so I said yes. So I started part-time, and that's how a lot of the people you're about to hear from in our panel. So let's bring up Dr. Rock and Teresa. It was Terry. Yes, Terry, come on up, and then Jennifer. And is Marcy coming up too? Oh, you did, right? I thought you were coming out, and we're gonna set the panel back, and then Marcy was gonna take the stage. That was how I was gonna do it. So we'll have you use your own like platform. Yeah. So special. All right, so what I'm gonna do is have you guys throw this away and think 90 seconds. Think 90 seconds, it ends up being about 2 minutes, right? So think 90 seconds, and here's what you're gonna share. Your name, where you're from, and your business, and then what you like about what you do, and then maybe what are some of the limitations real quickly, and then what does LifeVantage address for you? What do you see possible for your life with LifeVantage coming into the picture?
Hi, Teresa. Hi, I'm Teresa. I'm a small business owner in a design shop in Phoenixville, and I was basically going to tell you how it all happened for me. Met Edna, and she came into my shop and she told me about a product that I was not interested in. I said no, absolutely not. I had nothing to do with it, and then she came again, and I said no. And probably 7 years later, around the pandemic, right after the pandemic, tired constantly, and she gave me a call and talked about the product, and I said yes. And I'm a slow learner, so things were happening for me, and I wasn't even aware what was happening. So what ended up happening was I wasn't taking naps as much. My brain was coming alive. And then she invited me to Nashville. And I said yes. So a lot of yeses happened after taking LifeVantage. And I wasn't coming to that Nashville for the LifeVantage. I said, I'm going to come, but I just want to see Nashville. I want to see Nashville, and you guys do your thing. And what happened is I went to Nashville. And I ended up at the convention that I wasn't coming to. And I met people that were, I get emotional because I can't tell you what happened, but it happened. And then they talked about the business, I said no, because I don't trust you. And then I started hearing people like Jason talk about how his wife was sleeping and sick, and I'm like, that happened to me. And I feel like I came alive that weekend. And then I could circle back and see where the life came from. So I'm so grateful for the yes. And through the yes, I've been able to invite other people. And I can't even tell you about oxidative stress. I can tell you my life changed. And I've been inviting people in and saying, I want your life to change. Are you interested? And they're saying yes. So I love Life Band, which has given me a life. And I'm gonna turn it over.
Terry Giragalco, I'm from California, and I was in the corporate world for 25 years, lost my job, and started my own women business about 9 years ago. I sell houses, whether lighting up, anything for a facility. We sell the airport, the city of Philadelphia, casinos, and I'm the picture of health by all medical or illness standards. I have 90/60 blood pressure, I exercise 7 days a week, I eat right, and I do everything I'm supposed to. My cholesterol's 189. I had a heart attack 2 years ago.
Wow.
And I went on a journey, and I don't share that with anybody. I went on a journey for my health. I didn't fire, but really kind of got rid of my primary care physician. I hired a functional holistic doctor. It cost me $380 out of pocket every time I see her. And I went on this journey for my health. And I was doing everything. I did about $1,200 out of pocket of tests that they will not do. And I met Sharisa. She has an amazing shop. And we've been friends for what, not even 2 years now. And she told me about this when she came back to Nashville. I said, I want nothing, absolutely nothing to do with this. Nothing. I have my own business. I have trucks and cars going out. I have inventory. I can't do this. And I was on one of my health journey calls with this doctor who was going to charge $7,000 for this thing and $100 a month. And something came up about stress. And I kind of remember, I did watch her video because I don't like to be that close-minded. And this light bulb went off, and I said, holy shit, this is what it is. This is what caused my heart. This is, because by all medical standards, I should have never had a heart attack. Ever, never, ever. As a matter of fact, I just gave this to my cardiologist. And working in education, I just gave this to a very dear friend of mine who's always been on the phone with me. Her doctor, he just approved her to go on it. She's 80 years old. So, long story short, I am now on this journey to bring it to everyone, because everyone should be on it every day. There is not, and I've been in sales my entire life, and I can't sell something I don't believe in. This is the shit.
Did enough, right? My name's Jennifer Bartholomew, I would say my whole name, I don't know why. And I am a nurse. I'm actually a home health nurse, and when I was introduced to this, I didn't really care about the product. I cared about the business. I watched the ABC News report in the front seat of my car between patients at my job that I went to after my first job. And I'm a primary supporter of our family. And so when I had my daughter, I didn't want to put her in daycare or have somebody I didn't know taking care of her, because I have trust issues with people and children. And so I was like, yeah, I'm gonna make more. So my husband stayed home, and I went to work 2 jobs. And I worked 24 hours overnight every weekend, and I worked 40+ hours during the week. I didn't basically sleep on the weekends, and I forget basically her whole first year of her life and my life. And so I was really unhappy. And when my friend shared it with me, she sent me an email, I want to share a project with you. I was like, sure, whatever, I'll listen to people. I didn't even know it was a business project. I didn't know what she was asking me to look at, but I'm a yes girl. I say yes to almost anything most of the time, because I think there's more fun when you say yes, usually. And so when I looked at it, I was like, I don't really know what I'm listening to the whole time I was listening. It was actually Cynthia on a Zoom in the front seat of my car, because this was in the middle of a pandemic. People weren't interacting with each other except for people with people.
Say a little
Yeah, babies cry
it and followed up with them. I kind of did the school of Google and looked at the company a little bit, because I want to make sure that what I partner with is something that's ethical, and cares about people, because, you know, one of the things I always say is like, you know, people don't have to be chosen over profit. Both can happen at the same time. Everybody can win in this world. We've just been trained that I win, you lose, and that's a lie. So when I finally finished looking at it after a year of slowly looking at it, my poor friend, she stuck in with me. I looked at emails, and literally she emailed me in May and I responded in November because I was so lost in the sauce of life. But I actually then, to make a decision, because not to be crass, but you gotta crap or get off the pot sometimes in life. So I flew out to Building Depth, which is where I saw Jason Lindsay and many other people talking. And when I was in the audience and I heard generational wealth, that I could will this to my daughter and 4 more generations, I started writing down names and said, okay, yeah, I'll do this. And then when I saw Rob and Summer Small, 2 other leaders who were like, yeah, we brought our new consultant, they're like, hey, new consultant, Terry, here's Ron, and you guys are gonna talk. I was like, oh, I could do that. I'd be like, Terry, talk to Ron. Connected too. I was like, well, any moron can do that, you know, like literally anyone. I can introduce Terry to Ron and have the 2 of them talk about something that I don't understand at all or know anything about. That's perfectly fine. I can do that all day long if that's gonna help me have freedom. So that was why I started the journey, and that's why I continue the journey. And I also, beyond that, on a whole medical side, like I do see the product's value. I see stories that, I tell people, I hate to use this word, but feel like miracles in people's lives happening, because our body is designed to do well and heal itself. And so I get to see that, whereas chronically in nursing with home care people, I get to see people get sicker and sicker and sicker and die, you know? So that's why I'm here.
A lot of this stuff here I can build off all of.
Yeah, there you go.
Keep my 4-letter words down to a minimum. All right, so my name is Dr. Ron Nathanson. I'm a chiropractor, 25 years. I do neurofeedback in my practice. December 2019, right before the pandemic, I sold my practice. I said, no problem, I'm gonna leave my practice in Manhattan. I'll start building something up in Rockland County. And what happened? Well, the world shut down, right? So I had 2 years with a salary, but I didn't have any income coming in. So my friend calls me up, I guess it was 2022, January, and she says to me, Ron, I'm looking at a business. And I said, yeah? And she goes, yeah. And I said, what is it? She's like, oh, it's about oxidative stress. Now, as a chiropractor who does neurofeedback, oxidative stress is a very good word I want to hear about. Once I heard the word network marketing, I kind of look at network marketers as like vampires. I pull out the crucifix and a wooden stake, and I want to just get to the right thing as fast as possible. Why? Because network marketing people are all the same, in my opinion. They're telling you their products are the best. It's a lot of subjective stuff, but there's no science on it. I've been approached by every oil company, every pill company, water filter company. You can even, I've had people approach me with pizza plates, and I'm like, yeah, no. So it was kind of like, no, I'm not interested. She goes, well, listen, Ron, I'm very serious. You ever want to talk to a doctor? Talk like this. I'm very serious about this business, and I really respect your opinion. Would you mind looking at some articles for me? I was like, you're doing this? All right, I'll look at your articles. And what goes through my head is like, what type of articles is she going to send me? It's going to be some old lady who says her arthritis got better. It's going to be a catalog. It's going to be something, but it's going to be subjective. Well, I opened up my email. It wasn't subjective. It was Harvard. It was Northwestern University on how their oxidative stress stops fibrosis of the heart. The American Heart Association, who just badmouthed coconut oil, now is talking about how great this product is, and they're mentioning it by name. Harvard, I said already, LSU, skin cancer, and then the National Institute of Aging. That was the one that I said, whoa. I said, sorry, this is serious stuff. Now you gotta understand, if you're a chiropractor, if it rains out, no one shows up. If it snows, nobody shows up, right? When a pandemic happened, nobody shows up. During 9/11, my practice shut down for 6 months. Right, because I was in an area that was affected by Wall Street area. So, and then I broke my shoulder in 2012. So like network marketing started to make sense to me because these products made sense. I've tried every which way to poke a hole in this company. And I'm going to tell you something. I coach people also for money. And when I coach you, I'm looking at all the holes I can find in your lies. There's no lies in this company. Everything is legit. So the products work. and I could show you brain map after brain map of people's brains who've totally changed because of neurofeedback and these products. Because I used to take 60 sessions to fix people, now they're getting better in 20 to 30 sessions. So what's the difference? Axio, Tri-Synergizer, collagen. That's it. If you don't need an EEG to do that, I can tell you for a fact, this stuff works. It's not like maybe it works. And I can show you my photographs from my collagen shots. Boy, oh boy. 2 years ago, I looked at wrinkles all over my face, and I don't have them anymore. So, why LifeVantage? Because everything about this company is amazing, and the mentorship is amazing, and I've never had a bad day in this business yet. I don't even look at it as a business, I look at it as a mission, right? Like I'm trying to help people's lives. The money's coming, I'm making money. I'm not making a lot of money, but making money. Well, in my world, a lot of money is a lot different than some other people, so I apologize. But, it's the mission of changing people's lives. Like, I know these products work, and every mammal's better off with these products than if they're not taking them. So with that, that's why I said yes to LifeVantage.
Now, I'm going to create a special recognition of someone who drove up from Bethesda, Maryland area. She's one of the top, like, basically 0.25% in this company. Marcy Steiner, come on down. I'm so happy with you guys. So I'd love you to tell your story. It's very inspiring.
My story? My
Take
stories
it.
have stories, like my
That's-
roots and
we
my
want
stories.
Because of collagen. For you.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, how's everybody doing? Amazing. How are you guys? First of all, Jason, thank you so much for coming. Edna and Cynthia and everyone else who's a part of putting this together. Amazing to be here and have this opportunity. Look at this room. Is this crazy? This was something that was on the website, like on the internet. Anybody could have been here. And look how many people are in this room. If that doesn't reach opportunity, I don't know what does, right?
Right.
I mean, whoa, okay? My story is maybe different from some people that had some negative associations with network marketing. Mine were all really positive. Anybody here already a network marketer? Anybody here a network marketer have children? Anyone who's here have children that's in the business already?
No.
You don't have any children?
I do.
You do? Okay, but you have children.
Yes.
I was that child. My mom was a network marketer. So I actually grew up in this industry and we had so much fun and she got to be with me and we had a blast building this business together. And yet I still left the nest or whatever and went to college and decided I was gonna go into corporate America. So I did that. And I loved what I did. I helped launch the cell phone industry. I worked 70, 80 hours a week. And it was incredible. I mean, I was gonna be the president of Bell Atlantic. I mean, that was where I was gonna go, right? But then I met this amazing guy. And we got married, started to have children, and I wanted to be a mom. I just wanted to be a mom. Like, I didn't want to miss anything. I wanted to be there for every recital. I wanted to be there like early, to the volleyball game. Like, I just wanted to be there for everything. And I knew in my mind, I remembered network marketing as an answer. Well, I started a company. I started with the network marketing business that I built for 10 years to the second top of that company. I was very successful, but a lot of people in my organization were not. And I want you to know, if you're thinking, oh, it's one of those things, it's a network marketing thing, they are not created the same. Each network marketing business is as unique as a thumbprint, okay? So this one was very time intensive. For me to build this other company, which I was successful at, it was like I almost had to become a little doctor. And it was very intense. Anyway, very fast forward, all was going well. I was building that business because I had a dream. Anybody here have a dream? Jason said we do a lot of dreaming. I had a dream of giving away over $1 million a year. And I didn't want to have a conversation with my husband. He was very generous, but I just wanted my own money to do whatever I want without conversation. And so I was doing that, and then unfortunately, although I was living this life that people would dream of themselves,
we experienced a financial loss. It was very unexpected. And I went from living this dream life to just literally just trying to figure out how we're gonna put food on the table. And I mean that. Like trying to figure out how we're gonna keep our kids in private school. I couldn't even dream of how they were gonna go to college one day without student loans, and that was in my heart to do. And, my life just turned upside down. And not all companies are created equal, like I said, so being very successful in that other business was not the same. And I gotta tell you, I was very blessed the day that I got to watch that ABC News primetime investigative report with my husband. We watched it, he looked at it, he's a very successful entrepreneur, he said, you know what, Marcy? He's like, if this is really real, you better take a look at this business. Because this is gonna be humongous, this is gonna be so big. And he said, I don't care if you get in that business, I want that product in my body. And at that point, I heard this little ding, ding, ding in my head, and I was like, wait a minute. You mean, he just watched that thing, and then he said, I want that product in my body? I'm like, yeah, anybody could do this, and nobody knows about this. So I basically said, you know, tell me what to do. I went to one of the most successful people I could in my support team, and I said, tell me what you did, because she had built her business from start to the top of the company in 21 months. She said it was really simple. You just invite someone, you share the information, not yourself, you share it with someone else, and then you connect them to your team. And I thought, I could do that. I think anyone could do that. And so I focused on expanding my network of consultants, and in 30 days, I had 10 consultants. And we started to have gatherings like this, right? And just, I wanted people to have their own authentic story, their own experience, so that when we have the next gathering, they could share. Today, it's turned into over 70,000 people in my network.
Wow.
Now, I don't know all those people. I work with about 5. It took me enrolling about 35 to find those 5 who wanted what I wanted, maybe even more than what I wanted. One of my business partners wanted to build internationally. I was just being a mom. I didn't want to travel to Japan. I didn't want to travel to Taiwan, but she did. That's okay. You know, sometimes our partners have more availability of time and maybe a bigger dream, and I was holding space for her. So all I want to say is that I'm so grateful today, because to me this was a real business. This is a real business. It's a real business. And the beautiful thing is you can build a little bit, you can make a little bit of money. Maybe you're thinking, God, these products sound amazing. I want everything, and I want my LifeVantage business to cover the price of my products, right? Or maybe you're just saying, I just don't want a second job. I just want that extra $1,500 a month. It's doable. Is doable. And then maybe you're saying, I want more, maybe a lot more. And I did. I was looking for a way to create generational wealth. And today, that's what happens. Like every 4 weeks, another check comes. And all I'm doing is literally asking, who's the next person I can help, and the next person I can help, and the next person I can serve, and the next person I can serve. And I just wanna say, we're just at the beginning of this. We are just at the beginning. Literally, for our company to become the company that we know it can be, it's going to take the pioneers. It's going to take the people that really understand, because we're like Christopher Columbus right now. We get something that the world doesn't see yet. But if we can just say, like, you know what, I get this and I wanna be a part, I wanna be a pioneer. I wanna be the person who opens up my heart, opens up my mouth, makes a difference, right? Then you know you can tap into the people in this company who have been there before, who can shine the light on the path if you tap into them. People like Jason Kokenzie, when Edna Valentino said, you know, I'm thinking of like who would be a great leader to bring into Philadelphia. What do you think about Jason? I was like, he's amazing, incredible. Like for those people after we take this break that want to learn from him, he is so incredible. Like literally, I can't wait. I got my notebook out there, my pen. I want to take down every word that he's saying. So I just thank you, Jason, because this company, there's so much collaboration. We all know. I have chills. Like I was just sitting back there with chills and tears. Chills and tears. Because, and I got them right now. Literally the gratitude that I feel. We're blessed. I feel blessed. I feel blessed that someone had the courage to maybe, you know, move past what's in our head, because that is the hardest part of this journey. It's the fears, it's the fear of success, it's the fear of failure, it's the fear of rejection, right? The self-doubt, we're human. But when you're surrounded by people like you guys, right? Surrounded by people that love you, anything and everything is possible. So, thank you guys for being here. Thank you for saying yes, Carrie, Conti, Edna Valentino, you know, Teresa, everybody who just shared. I love you guys, and I'm excited to be on this journey with you.
Okay, so we're gonna take a 7-minute break. Seven, let's take 5, and then that'll be 7. All right, and that'll be 22 after